week before my break, I was so anxious. And all I could think about was, what if this break doesn't fix it? What if I take a break, come back, and I'm not better? What if I take a break and at the end of 30 days, I don't feel any different? Going into it, that was my biggest fear, is what if I don't feel any different? And I was kind of freaking out. I didn't have any plans locked in at that point. I didn't have any travel locked in at that point. And I was overthinking to the max. So intentionally, on that first week, week 1, I already knew, let me set a call up with this therapist so I cannot just be in this space. And the first thing she said to me was, hey, you're really a future thinker, huh? And I'm like, what are we talking about right now? And so I found that a bit funny because she was like, through our couple of sessions we had, the first thing I could pick up on is a lot of your overwhelm, which is creating anxious in you, which is creating unease in you, is a really focused around things you have no control over. You don't know how what the outcome's gonna be because they haven't happened yet. They're in the future, and you're focused on that versus focusing on the present. And it sounds so simple, like, yeah, I know, be present, right? But it really hit me, and it was like, yeah, I'm worried about 4 weeks. I ain't even enjoyed the 4 weeks yet. And that was kind of the first key that got turned. And I was like, are you able to just focus on where you are and rest and be?
Day 4 of break, and I ain't been doing that. Really just dilly dallying. Don't feel bad about it. A little bored, a little anxious, feeling like my time's passing. I'm not really doing anything, but it's what it is. Yeah, day 4. So far, just ran errands, bought a new MacBook. What else? I'm dinner tonight. Nothing crazy. But I do feel relaxed. I feel free. I do feel like I could do this for a while.
And so the first week was incredibly boring. I didn't do shit. Like, I didn't do anything. I worked out and laid in my bed and watched TV for like almost a week straight. And I let myself just be. Uneventful, yes, but necessary, yes. I didn't want to rush through that first week like I do everything. And so I intentionally sat down, read, and allowed my mind to wander. I read this first book during that week intentionally. I knew when I hopped into this break, I wanted to be off social media because I really wanted to focus on me with no distractions. And I'm gonna yell it from the rooftops that I really want everybody to read this book. It's a skimmer, but the overall premise of this book I think is so important for us right now as we're hyper online. Too much online, I think. And I wanted to bring this back because I think this is kind of my culmination of week 1, was locking in and taking my time back. Once I realized I could take my time back from mindless scrolling, comparison, overthinking about things that don't matter, I could really focus on me.
So it's the end of week 1 of my break. And I feel like this week was just kind of how I typically spend my weeks off. Just no kind of set plans, a few running around here and there, and just resting. And it's felt good. It feels good to know that I just don't have work anytime soon. There was a bit of anxiousness creeping in there because I'm like, oh, I don't have anything to do. I'm not doing anything. I'm bored. Going into this next week, I'm looking forward to I don't really have any plans, but I want to be a little bit more intentional with the time. So I'm definitely going to use that list I put together at the beginning of the week to do some other things. And I'm reading a ton because without social media, there's literally nothing for me to do. Not a thing for me to do. That's good though. Like, we spend so much time on these apps, and I think it's crazy because it takes so much time away from us, and we could possibly be doing things that are contributing to our growth instead of taking away from it. And so I'm happy for that. I want to make sure that this time away from social media is kind of becomes a norm for me.
So week 2 is really all about now getting into the things that I've loved. I've journaled and I've kind of identified a few things that I really enjoy. Getting out into nature, spending time in nature that is uninterrupted and intentional, and exploring my city. This is a beautiful place and there's so many things that I've never done in LA. I had the free time, and so I was like, I'm trying to go check out some of these museums. And so that was kind of week 2. And, you know, buttoning up the trip at that point was an accomplishment for me. One of the other things that I was trying to get used to is recording too. And so you'll kind of see that the footage gradually increases because I'm also getting a little bit more comfortable with taking up more space. And before you go, I just want to ask for you to don't forget to like and subscribe if you're enjoying the series so far. I think we're just scratching the surface, and there's so much that I have to offer on my YouTube channel after this journey, and so much more that I want to share about fashion and just navigating my 30s. It's so exciting for me. If you enjoyed this, if you could like, subscribe, and follow me into week 3.